I got a good one for you today. We're gonna do a whole hog. I'm gonna throw it on the big boy here overnight. So I'm gonna be up all night, off and on, watching it. I might get a nap in every once in a while, but I gotta stay on it. What I'm gonna do, my buddy's supposed to come over and help around 6:30 or so. We're gonna prep it up. We're gonna clean all the stuff out of it that we don't want, all the silver skin, all the excess stuff that just is gonna be in the way of the cooking process. And then we're gonna inject it. Got the Heath Riley's pork injection. It's really good. I had it in a pork loin. Check the pork loin video out. And then we're gonna hit it with a little E-blend for a base to give it that salt, pepper, garlic type flavor. And then after that, we're gonna cover it. And I mean cover it with the Heath Riley's honey rub. I love that rub. I tried it the other day or about a week ago, and it's one of my favorite rubs by far. But that's the plan. I'm gonna get this stuff prepped up. He's not here yet. He'll be around 6:30, so I'm gonna get the table and stuff cleaned up, get the tent up for some shade, and get this stuff ready. I'm gonna get the injection mixed up and have it ready. I'm gonna mix it with apple juice. I used water for the pork loin, but with this, I'm gonna use apple juice. I think that sweetness of the apple juice will be absolutely amazing with pork, because pork goes good with sweet stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we got planned. This is gonna be a long one. You guys will watch it in 10 minutes. It'll take me a long time. That's all right though. Let's get this stuff cleaned up and get it prepped up. I'm gonna go ahead and get the injection mixed up before I clean the table off. That way I don't have nothing on here when I clean it except the hog. We put the hog on here, do what we need to do, get it injected, get everything, put it back in the cooler, clean the table off again, be a done deal. But what I've got is this Heath Riley's pork injection. It calls for 1/4 cup of injection per 12 ounces of apple juice or water. You know I gotta try this. Oh, that's gonna be good. Clean this thing up, get inside of it and cut all the stuff out of it, and get it injected and seasoned up. Thing injected up. Now we're going to hit the rub to it, put a little base with the E-blend, and then cover it in some Heath Riley's honey rub. All right, we got this thing cleaned up. We got it injected. We got it seasoned up. A little bit of E-blend, a little honey rub from Heath Riley's. Covered it as much as we could. This thing's gonna be low and slow. It's gonna take a lot of seasoning. That seasoning's gonna soak in. We let it hang out here for a little bit before we put it back in the cooler. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna get up around midnight or 1 o'clock, get the smoker fired up. My other buddy's coming over, he just lives right down the road. We're gonna get this sucker on and get it to cooking. Whenever I go to put it on, I'll set it on the grill, or I'll set it on the prep table again, and then I'll wipe it down and dry the skin off, get it as dry as I can, because I don't want no moisture on the skin, because I want the way I want it to cook. So what'll happen is that skin will start to get a red color and all that. Well, once it gets to the color I want, I will start spraying some cooking spray on it to kind of protect that color, just for presentation is all it is. But I think we're going to do kind of a racing style. They had to cut the legs off of the front to get it to fit in the cooler, so that's no big deal. But we're going to do kind of a racing style setup to where the legs will fold up over underneath the back, and then I think I'm gonna get like a block of wood and wrap it in foil and set it underneath the cavity. That way it's not setting like this. It'll raise it up and it'll cook evenly. You'll get a better even cook on it if I do that. So that's where we're at right now. It's sitting in the cooler. Those seasons are taking a hold of it. It's basically a dry brine and a wet brine injection. Once that injection got in there and started leaking out a little bit, we just used it and rubbed it all over the inside. This thing's gonna be good. That's where we're at. I think I'm gonna go take a nap, get up around midnight and get this thing fired up. About ready to put this hog on. It's gonna be a long cook and gonna be a long night. We got this. I'm at the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna raise the lid up here and check it out. See what this thing looks like. See if I need to cover anything, the ears, the snout, or anything like that. And plus I just wanna see the color. So here we go. Oh yeah. Looking good. Basically just kind of lightly wrapping them. I don't want to go crazy with it. Just something to protect them a little bit from burning. That ought to be good. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit the snout too here. You want it to vent a little bit. But you just kind of want to wrap it just so it don't burn. That should be good right there. Color's starting to look really good. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer before I start spraying. I want to get that red color to it, so that's why I'm not gonna spray nothing yet. I just covered up the ears because I don't want them to burn. You can see kind of around the outside of the ears, it was a little burnt kind of looking, and the snout was getting pretty dark, so I just covered it up. You want to leave it vented a little bit. You don't want to cover them completely up. That thing is beauty. I'm gonna go ahead and start hitting it with a little cooking oil. That's the color that I'm looking for, just to protect a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right down the shoulder. You don't want to hit bone or anything like that, so look at that. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's tight. I've got the thermometer in the shoulder. You can see there I'm sitting at 98 degrees. The top one is the grill temperature. Just because I don't trust the thermometers on the grill, I put my probe on it on a grill thing, a grill grate attachment. So we're sitting at about 178 right now. I just had the lid open, so it's going back up. I'm gonna get ready to throw another piece of wood on. But we're sitting at 98 in the shoulder right now. So we've got a little ways to go, but I'm going to set it for 190 in that front shoulder. Once it hits 190, it'll be done. It'll be ready to go. But like I said, we got a little ways to go yet. It's getting daylight now. Well, it's finally daylight out. I'm gonna check this about every hour or so, maybe every 2 hours. Give it a coat of cooking spray just to make sure the color stays where it needs to be and to make sure nothing burns. So let's raise this thing up and look at it. Look at that. I'm just gonna hit it real quick. All right, it's looking good. Had one of the pieces of foil fall off the ear, so I had to fix that. But other than that, looking good. Keep on rolling. Man. Right, we are about to pull this thing off. It's about 190 almost, so we're gonna double check it and then we're gonna pull it off the smoker. Looks good. Hey, what a killer day. The hog turned out great. I got to see my buddy Derek from the gun dungeon. Got to see my buddy Mark. A couple people I haven't seen for a while. Some family came over, friends. What a heck of a day. Don't think that I forgot about Cooker's Reward. Piece of that pork. Cheers. A little bit of that belly. My goodness. You can taste the flavor from the injection. As you've seen in the video, shredded right apart, came right off the hog. I mean, killer stuff. Hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We'll keep doing it. Thanks, y'all. Slap a little bit of this homemade barbecue sauce on here. That's gonna be good. Man. I just want to give a quick shout out to a couple people here. Chauncey, me and him went in together and bought the hog. It was his idea, so appreciate it. And I also want to shout out to my buddy Josh. He came over here at midnight and helped me get this thing on. Really appreciate it, guys. Couldn't have did it without you.